Okay. Hello and welcome to Voices of Impact, the podcast where we spotlight educators, innovators, and thought leaders shaping the future of learning. I'm your host from Azerbaijan, Sabina Rustamova, and today I'm honored to be joined by a truly remarkable guest, Professor Ofodu, and she's a professor in English language education at Ekiti State University, Nigeria. She's a globalist trainer, prolific researcher with over 85 publications, a certified speed reading coach, and passionate advocate for literacy, gender equity, and youth empowerment. Her work has influenced thousands of student educators across Nigeria and beyond. Professor Ofodu, welcome to the podcast, please.
Thank you. It's my honor to be here. Thank you, Sabina.
Okay, great. So we might start, I think. Yes, let me give you my questions. So I'm eagerly want to know that what you're going to answer. So please tell me what inspired your pursuit of English language education and how did your academic journey shape your current philosophy of teaching?
Okay, thank you very much. So many factors actually influenced my pursuit of English language education. First, the high school I attended provided the first platform for my love for English language because during my high school days, I was opportune to enjoy my English language classes as well as my literature classes. Because my teachers were, can I qualify them as excellent teachers? Yes, I think. Because one, they provided the pedagogical content as well as the knowledge that enabled all learners to, one way or the other, fall in love with their English and literature classes. And stories were quite fascinating to me. Stories from Shakespeare, texts, Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, As You Like It, and books like Gulliver's Travel and African texts, Things Fall Apart and the others, actually provided a lot of storyline for me and made me enjoy my English and literature classes. Another factor that influenced my choice and pursuit of English language was my background. When I got admission to the university, I got two opportunities. One, to read secretarial studies at the Polytechnic as well as the university. But due to financial constraints, I had to visit my eldest brother. And I informed him about my financial predicament so that he could come to my aid. Along the line, as we were in his office, interacting and rejoicing over the admission, his friend came in and he introduced me to his friend, and then he told his friend that I've been offered admission to read English language. And the friend was so excited, and he said, don't allow her go to Polytechnic. Allow her go to the university because English language sells. In all honesty, that was the beginning of my love and pursuit of English language. And along the line, because I was motivated, because I saw mentorship, those who wanted to mentor me, and then they provided those platforms for me, I had to climb on those platforms. And up to today, those principles of motivation, mentorship, and mobility, they have influenced my teaching philosophy. Thank you very much.
So that's truly inspiring. It's wonderful to see how personal passion and academic exposure might come together and to shape meaningful, let's say, career. So let me give you a second of my question. So my second one, you've earned degrees from 3 prestigious Nigerian universities. And how did each institution uniquely contribute to your growth as a scholar?
Well, thank you very much. My first and foundational university was Delta State University. That was the university that provided the basic knowledge of English language to me. even though I've been introduced to English language from my primary, high school days, that's English language courses were taught basically at the Delta State University to me. I came in contact with three things that actually influenced me at that university. One, I love the structure of the library.
Mm-hmm.
In those days, you have the opportunity of visiting the library from 7 a.m. till 10 a.m. and sometimes 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So as a student who was just coming into the university then, I saw the way students would gather around the university door, university library door very early in the morning. I was wondering, what's so special in the library? And so that provided a platform for me to understand that when you are university students, mm-hmm. the library is your fondest place to be. Mm-hmm. And it is equally the most important place you should be. I had good teachers, good lecturers too. Prominent among them were the lecturer who supervised my long essay. He introduced me to diligence. Mm-hmm. When I met him, the first time I met him, he told me, Graceful, go and get all the materials you are going to use to write this long essay. I was surprised that, in fact, that made me to embark on my academic journey. Then I started sourcing for those materials, looking for those materials that really fascinate my ability to write that long essay. Mm. And another person I came in, another lecturer that also I love so much, and she actually helped us then, was Professor Osakwe. I believe she's still agile, maybe not really in service now, but she taught us stylistics and syntax. Mm-hmm. In those days, stylistic and syntax were two of the hardest courses that students really did not like. Mm-hmm. So we dreaded her and we dreaded the courses she taught us. But she came in with a principle, and then she tried to ameliorate and try to make us, in fact, not only ameliorating, she tried to delete mm-hmm. the phobia that we had for her courses. And so whenever she comes to the class, she will say, I can. We will say, I can. And so she will tell us that when you profess that you can make it, you will make it. And true to it, that made us relax, and then we enjoyed her classes. So that was Delta State University for my first degree. At the University of Ibadan, where I had my master's degree, I also had fascinating lecturers. Prominent among them were Professor Bamishaye, who taught me philosophy of education. And in all honesty, I discovered that philosophy of education exposes us to the philosophy as well as the practices, mm-hmm. and then the gaps. She allowed us to know the gaps mm-hmm. between the philosophy of education and then the practice. And she told us that once we can know the philosophy that backs up any program, then we can search for the practice, and then we can fill the gap. And so that ignited that passion for research. So I understood how to get problems solved in academics. That once you are able to know the policy, find out the gaps between the policy and the practice. Once you're able to know that, you'll be able to solve problems in the society. Another lecturer that provided, that inspired me then too, was Professor Kolawole. He wasn't a professor then, but he taught us, he exposed us to reading. He taught us advances in reading. That course, you cannot pass that course then without reading a book by Ben Carson. The title of that book then was Gifted Hands. Mm-hmm. Gifted Hands by Ben Carson. Do you know that that book is all about reading? How a young boy mm-hmm. and his family were introduced through the mother. The mother presented a project to the children and taught them how to read. And the woman made a statement to the children. She said, Ben and Kutis, if you can read, the doors of the world are open to those who can read. Mm-hmm. Truly, I've never heard such a statement in my life that drove me to reading and becoming a voracious reader. And so I could read virtually anytime, because I understood the importance of reading from that course. So at the PhD level, where at the University of Ilorin, I met my supervisor. He introduced me to the principle of thoroughness. Mm-hmm. Thoroughness. So every time you meet him, it will look at your write-up and say, you are not thorough. You should have done it like this. You are not thorough. You are not thorough. So that word became the most important word in my life, thoroughness. That whenever you are writing, you must be thorough. So all these people actually spurred my interest in academics and my growth today as a scholar. Thank you very much.
Great. So inspiring, honestly, fascinating how each academic, let's say, environment might add these depths to your journey. So that's great. So let me give you another question. Can you share a pivotal moment in your academic career that reaffirmed your passion for literacy and language education? Since you mentioned actually some, let's say, points from your educational journey, but I would like to hear more and more. It's so interesting.
Okay, thank you very much. One of the pivotal moments that's in my academic career that I really reaffirmed my passion for literacy and language education was during my master's program at the University of Ibadan. During that period of time, like I said the other time, that the lecturer, Professor Wamishayi, that taught us philosophy of education, really asked us to look at the national policy on education. Mm-hmm. So that document is the blueprint of the Nigerian government on how education should be conducted in the nation. So a visit to that particular document, when I studied that document, I discovered that the aims, objectives, and goals of education in Nigeria then was number one, literacy development. Mm-hmm. And then they emphasized that the tool to achieve literacy development is language. Mm-hmm. That language is an instrument through which learners could be educated. And for profitable education, the instrument of language must be properly handled. So that actually gave me the impetus that these two terms, literacy and language, are worthy of investigating, are worthy of concentrating my energy on. And we all know that the whole essence of education, language education, is communicative competence, language proficiency, and the ability to utilize language to comprehend whatever program one is doing. Now, literacy is of paramount importance to me because I've discovered that the global traumas we are currently going through all over the world is as a result of illiteracy. Mm-hmm, yeah. When people are literate, they do not want to do anything that would affect another nation, other people's welfare. So illiteracy, anywhere you see illiteracy thriving, you will see deprivations. Deprivations, there will be diseases and there will be deaths. And so when these things are thriving, the people will not survive in such society. They will all be struggling. But when there is literacy and the people of a country, the people of a community, they are empowered with literacy skills, you discover that it brings about enlightenment, promotion, and development. And that's what we are all interested in, how our environment can be developed for profitability and suitability of people's lifespan and then their progress. So These actually ignited my passion that we can all pursue literacy development of the people of the people around us, and that would equally assist us. Now, I discovered that embedded in literacy development are the literacy skills that the language educator promotes. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. In literacy development, you are trying to project the fact that the people should know how to read, write, be digitally literate, computer literate, have numeracy, and have all these skills. And these are the same skills that the language educator is also trying to promote. Listening, speaking, reading, writing, viewing, visualizing, all these skills are basically what the language educator also promotes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So insightful, honestly. Loved your all commitments, and like it reflected, like your story reflected how deep commitment and clarity you had in your professional, let's say, journey. So let me give you another question. With over 85 publications that you did, and what themes or findings do you believe have had the impact, influence on ELT, English language teaching, especially in Nigeria?
Thank you very much. My publications generally were actually motivated out of the problems or challenges around my purview. The problems within my purview actually ignited those publications. And I really wanted a situation where if those problems are solved, they could translate to global to solving global problems. And so the themes and findings of my researches could be grouped under three. Number one, teacher education. Because I noticed that if teachers are properly educated and they have all the skills and strategies at their disposals, they will be able to disseminate knowledge appropriately. And so I focused on my researches focused on teacher education, and especially English language educators. And another aspect of my findings is on language-centered approaches and language learning resources, because they are paramount in determining the learning outcomes of our learners. And lastly, my work actually dwelt on inclusive pedagogical practices and strategies. So my emphasis in most of my researches were actually on English language learning, English language teaching, and making sure that teachers imbibe the culture of interaction, participatory, and communicative learning principles and practices that empowered learners.
Yeah, that's very important, honestly, for teachers to be well equipped with education knowledge in order to instill the students profound, let's say, knowledge, profound information. So thank you very much. Now, my next question coming to you, how do you balance your roles as a researcher, educator, mentor? You have got so many hats. So let me just ask you, while maintaining such a prolific publication record, like how do you balance your roles?
Thank you very much. Balancing my roles, so many things actually assisted me in balancing my role as a researcher, an educator, and a mentor. One of it was my passion. You see, when you have your passion drives your purpose, and your purpose also drives your accomplishments. So that passion to solve some linguistic problems in my milieu, my environment, actually allowed me to take some time to study how to manage my time. So deliberately, sometimes I will have to shave off some things in order to accomplish those that are important to me and my academic progress. So, and then I also have this strong desire for growth. I actually wanted to learn every day. I just find out that life is about learning and about growing. And all living things must grow. And so since I'm a living teen, I wanted to grow and grow by all means, grow by just involving myself in doing a lot of things that would enhance my academic capacity. Thank you very much.
Actually, I think that you are one of those lifelong learners. So that's great. So it means that innovation and improvement might be on progress all the time. So my next question to you, you have trained hundreds of educators and facilitated major national workshops. What do you believe is the most critical skill every English teacher should possess? Yeah.
Take care, please. Take care. The first and the most important skill that teachers should possess is communication skills. Communication skills. A teacher is not just a teacher. A teacher puts on a lot of caps as a guide, a facilitator, a reflector, a thinker, a learner. So for anyone to succeed, where I always emphasize communication skills to the teachers that I engage with in most of my workshops. That is, I always emphasize the issue of the skills development. Because if a teacher does not possess the fluency in passing, in delivering his content to his learners, the learners will not comprehend what the teacher is trying to pass across. And so the teacher must have a listening ear, listen to the learner's needs, listen attentively, the teacher must be an active listener, not just a passive one. And so when a teacher actively listens to the learners, the teacher can empathize with the learners. The teacher's speaking skill also is very, very crucial, because that is the skill that the teacher will use to disseminate knowledge to the learners. Then reading and writing. These are very important skills. They all culminate into what we call communication skills. So communication is very important. It is one of the 21st century skills that is emphasized virtually everywhere, all over the world. So communication skill is one of the critical skills that every English language teacher should possess.
So that's essential point, honestly. Look, teaching truly requires both heart and expertise, and in the let's say center of it comes communication. That's great. Yes. How has your experience as a certified speed reading coach and a critical thinking advocate influenced your teaching method? So that's one of the part that I would like to know more.
Okay, thank you very much. As a speed reading coach, speed reading is simply an advanced level of reading, trying to expose us to the fact that reading is so important. Reading is a vital skill. And so we know that we come in contact with a lot of materials to read. If you want to read all these materials at the same time, it's impossible. So when you have speed reading skills, your abilities to skim and scan, and then to read faster and comprehend better, that's all that speed reading does. So we teach learners or people how to read faster, how to read better, and then how to comprehend better. Then when we talk about critical thinking skills is also one of the 21st century skills. You can't do without critical thinking in this current life, because there are so many things that will come across your way. Even in the reading process, you have to delineate between factual facts and opinions. So you have to bring in your things that are based on opinions. So that's speed reading and critical thinking has actually influenced my teaching methods. Today, I emphasize project-based methodologies. That is, learners should engage in project-based methodologies that will really assist them. Then project-based as well as problem-based teaching and learning. Incorporated in these two methods of teaching are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, and competence. Mm-hmm. All this really assists the teacher to garner the type of knowledge wealth that would assist his or her learners.
Yeah.
Are you still with me?
Yeah. I'm there. Don't worry. So, yeah, actually, I love what you mentioned, PBL, like we call it, project-based learning that extends students' knowledge. While gaining the knowledge, they are working on the specific topics they are researching, and it just, improves their researching skills, as you mentioned, critical thinking. So it just, it's a kind of attacker from the all sides. So that's great. Thank you very much. So my next question to you, what are some innovative strategies you found effective in teaching English in multilingual, let's say, classroom? Would you like
Okay,
to
thank you very much.
invite one more time?
Some of the innovative strategies that I found effective in teaching English in multilingual classrooms today are one, cooperative or collaborative strategies. Mm-hmm. Cooperative or collaborative strategies. I know you must have heard of some of these strategies.
Okay, so my next question to you, what are some innovative strategies you have found effective in teaching English language in multilingual classrooms? So please.
Number one, I said cooperative strategies. Cooperative strategies is one of the innovative strategies that are found very useful to multilingual classroom and multilingual teachers. Another one is figurative strategies. It's one of those strategies I just emphasized in one of the webinars organized by TalentHut's TESOL Academy. Mm-hmm. Figurative strategies involves the use of physical environment, digital, and the personalized strategies that would enable learners. Then blended learning, very important. Lastly, interactive communicative strategies. These strategies are very important. They are strategies that bring the word to the classroom. So when the child is properly educated using these strategies, when the child eventually or the learner gets into the word, he does not have to find problems or challenges because he will just blend immediately because he has already been well taught with some of these strategies. Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So my question about the woman, since I know that you are a woman leader, so let me know about that. What drives your passion for empowering women, youth, and children through education?
Thank you very much. Women are very central to development. Mm-hmm. You see, a woman is the first teacher of a child. And that is why you see we talk about mother tongue. Yeah. Yes, it is the woman that empowers the linguistic and literacy development of the child. So when the woman is empowered, not necessarily financially, but linguistically and educationally, you are empowering an entire nation, an entire community, because the child will go eventually with that empowerment and influence the entire community. So when women are properly empowered and youth, it prepares them for a world of greatness and great achievements. So these are some of the things that have really influenced my interest in women, youth, and children. Thank you very much.
Okay. So your advocacy is deeply inspiring. So let me give you another question. Looking back, what achievements are you most proud of, and what legacy do you hope to leave in the field of language education?
Okay, thank you very much. Um, the most important legacy I hope to leave in the field of language education is literacy, literacy skills development. A look at most of my research works, it centers on how literacy is so important. I've looked at church literacy, family literacy, play literacy, early children, early literacy, and so many literacy like that, the forms of literacy. Because the literacy drives development. So anywhere illiteracy thrives, like I said before, we are simply projecting death, deprivation, and diseases. So I hate it with passion. And so I want a situation where anybody around me could be properly developed in terms of its literacy power. Another thing that I feel will be part of my achievements is the development of different strategies that have solved some problems among learners, teachers, and communities. These are part of my things, legacies that I'll be proud of. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. So that reflection beautifully captures your lifelong dedication and influence. So, what advice would you give to young academics, especially women aspiring to make a mark in education and research?
Thank you very much. I would project three things: women, young researchers. Number one, you must desire to progress.
Mhm.
Desire progress. And that desire cannot thrive on emptiness. It must be supported with your determination. That's number two, determination to face your challenges and put them behind you. And number three, diligence. Diligence. You must be intentional about achieving your life goals. Challenges would always crop up, will always come up, but never be intimidated by such. Pursue your goals with your determination, and you will surely have them. Then, for young academics, you must be intentional about solving global problems. Start with your communal problems, move on to the next level, and then solve other problems. Like the Sustainable Development Goals, target one or two of them, and then go ahead and solve the problems. Part of what I have solved, part of my legacy is quality education. I've always wanted a situation where teachers will be well educated, empowered to deliver appropriately to the learners. So take one of the goals, pursue them, and achieve them.
Thank you very much. Wise and empowering advice. It will surely inspire and ignite the love and the desire of learning, especially
Yes.
women. And I think that it will inspire and motivate future generations of scholars, academicians, and the women and students as well. So thank you very much, Professor Ofodu, for sharing your
Thank you.
wisdom, experiences, and vision with us today. Your journey
Thank
is a testament to the empower and of education and leadership. So, to our
you.
listeners, if you enjoyed that episode, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave your comments, leave your reviews below. Stay tuned for more inspiring conversations on Voices of Impact. Thank you very much. That's all for today.
Thank
See you next
you.
time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.